Dear students, now let us see the analysis of angular SHM. So previously we have done many concepts based on linear SHM. Now we are studying about angular SHM. So let us see what is meant by angular SHM. So Seema. So consider this is a pendulum which was in rest position. So are you able to understand? So initially pendulum was in rest position. Now this pendulum, I have taken this one to an angular amplitude of theta naught. Clear? So what is this theta naught? This theta naught I can call it as angular amplitude. So what is meant by angular amplitude? The maximum angular displacement of the particle from the mean position, that is called as angular amplitude. Clear? Now if I release this bob from here, then what will happen after some time? So definitely I can say that this bob, it will perform, it will start moving towards the mean position, no? So therefore after some time, this bob will reach somewhere up to here. So this is the new position of the bob, and it is traveling with a particular velocity. It is traveling with a particular angular velocity also. Clear? Now after reaching up to here, now the angle which it is making with respect to the vertical is theta. Clear? So theta naught is angular amplitude, and what is meant by theta? Theta is called as angular displacement of the particle. This is called as angular displacement. Clear, ma? So therefore, when body has reached to a particular angular displacement of theta, clear? Now, this is comparable with linear SHM also, no? So how I can compare this one with linear SHM? Let us see. So for example, consider a spring which is present in the mean position. So this is a spring which is initially present at the mean position. So let it be the mean position of the spring. Clear? Now from here, this spring I will elongate this one to a maximum amplitude of A. Clear? So what is this one? A. It means I am stretching this string up to this position, and from there I am leaving that spring. Clear, Noma? Then what will happen? Then after some time, this spring will reach to a displacement of x. So it means that now the spring it has reached to this position. Now it is at a displacement of again x from the mean position. Clear, ma? So here A is called as amplitude, and this x is called as displacement of the spring from the mean position. So therefore this A can be compared with theta naught, and x can be compared with theta. So therefore what I can write? So this A, I can compare this one with theta naught. Similarly this x, I can compare this one with theta. So up to here we have tried to understand how we are comparing this angular SHM with linear SHM. Clear, ma? Now what is the equation of simple harmonic motion of this spring? So equation of SHM is there, no? What is that equation of SHM? Equation of SHM is x is equals to a sine omega t plus pi. Clear, ma? Where pi is the initial phase constant. So x is equals to a sine omega t plus pi, where x is the position of the particle from the mean position, a is the maximum amplitude of the particle from the mean position, and here what is omega? Omega is the angular frequency with which this spring is oscillating. It means how many angular amplitudes, or how many 360 degrees it is completing in 1 second, that is called as angular frequency. So here omega is called as angular frequency. Already we have studied them many times. Clear? And what is pi? Pi is called as epoch constant, or initial phase constant, or just you can call it as initial phase also, or you can call it as EPOCH, epoch constant. Clear, ma? So same equation of linear motion I can use for angular SHM also. Now therefore, how can I write equation for angular SHM? I can write an equation like this. Instead of x, I will write a theta. So theta is equals to, instead of a, I will write a theta naught. So theta naught sine omega t plus pi. So similarly, I can write this relation. Are you able to understand, ma? It means that the equations of linear SHM and equations of angular SHM, they are analogous to each other. They are comparable to each other. Are you able to understand? Now here, what is meant by theta? Theta is the angle made by this particle at this displacement of x. So this arc traced by this path, I can call it as x. Clear ma? So therefore we know that, for example, if a body is moving in a circular path, so body has started from here and reached this position. So this length we call it as length of the arc, which is called as L. Total length or radius of this circle is represented by r, and angular amplitude is represented by theta. Then what is the relation between theta, L and r? We know that theta is equals to L divided by r. Okay ma? Similarly, if this distance is x, then the displacement of the maximum amplitude, this displacement I will call it as A. Then how can I write relation between theta, L and total length of the pendulum? Total length of the pendulum, let it be L. Okay. So therefore how can I write relation? Theta is equals to L by r. So therefore theta is equals to length of the arc here is x. So x divided by r. What is r? R is nothing but length of this simple pendulum L. So theta is equals to x divided by L. I can write like this. Similarly, for total angular amplitude theta naught, how I can write? I can write theta naught is equals to, and instead of x, the total length of the arc is A here. So A divided by L. So I can write relations like this. Clear ma? So theta is equals to x by L. Theta naught is equals to A divided by L, where capital L is the total length of this simple pendulum. Clear? So this theta I can substitute here, and this theta naught I can substitute here. Then also I can get one more equation for equation of the position of the body at a particular time of t. Are you able to understand? Okay. So therefore the equation we have written the equation for angular displacement of the particle at any time of t. So theta is equals to theta naught sine omega t plus pi. This is the equation which we have written. Clear? Now this equation, if I differentiate this one with respect to time, so d theta divided by dt is equals to angular velocity. So I can write this one as angular velocity. Clear ma? So angular velocity is also generally represented by omega only, but here already we have written omega. What is omega? Omega is called as angular frequency. So that is how many angular amplitudes this particle will complete in 1 second. But here this omega is different. This d theta by dt is what? This is the velocity of the particle. This is the angular velocity of the particle at a particular angle of theta. So this one I will represent by omega dash. Clear ma? So omega dash is angular velocity of the particle at a particular time of t. And what is this omega? This is the angular frequency of this oscillation. It means how many 360 degrees or how many 2 pi radians it will complete in 1 second. That is called as omega. So don't be confused between this omega and angular velocity omega dash. So if I differentiate this one, what I will write? I will write the theta divided by dt is equals to omega dash is equals to theta naught. Differentiation of sine omega t plus pi is how much ma? So it is equals to cos omega t plus pi multiplied by omega. Clear ma? So therefore omega dash is equals to theta naught into omega cos omega t plus pi. Clear ma? In a linear SHM, what is the equation for velocity? In linear equation, v is equals to a omega cos omega t plus pi. This is the relation. No? Now you compare this angular velocity and this linear velocity. Both of them are exactly comparable. So here theta naught is comparable to angular amplitude. Clear ma? And angular frequency is angular frequency only. And remaining equation remains the same. Clear? So it means that the equation of linear SHM and angular SHM, they are always comparable with each other. Are you able to understand? So now I got equation for angular velocity. Now what I will do is again differentiating this one with respect to time. So again differentiating with respect to time. Already we have differentiated one time with respect to time. No, second time also we are differentiating. Then what is the relation I will get? I will get d square theta divided by dt square. And what is meant by d square theta divided by dt square, or also I can write it this one as d omega by dt. So d omega d by dt is what? It is alpha. What is this alpha called as? This is called as angular acceleration of the particle. Clear ma? Angular acceleration of the particle is called as alpha. Clear? So if I do this calculation, let us see what is the result I will get. Clear? So therefore, differentiating omega with respect to time, then I will get equation for alpha. So what is the equation I will get? So here I have theta naught into omega, which is a constant. So I will write theta naught into omega, and differentiation of cos omega t plus pi is how much ma? So it is minus sine omega t plus pi again multiplied by omega, because we have differentiated only cos theta. Theta we have not differentiated, so differentiation of omega t plus pi is equals to omega, where pi is a constant. Clear? So therefore alpha is equals to what I got? I will get minus theta naught into omega square sine omega t plus pi. Clear ma? So theta naught into sine omega pi. So theta naught into sine omega t plus pi, it is nothing but theta. So therefore alpha I can write minus omega square into theta. This is the relation which we have. Clear ma? Now comparing this relation with the equation of acceleration of linear SHM, then what is the equation I will get? So equation of linear SHM is A is equals to minus A omega square sine omega t plus pi. Clear? So exactly this equation and this equation, they are analogous to each other. So here theta naught is A and omega square is omega only. So alpha can be written as A. So it means that again the equations of linear SHM and angular SHM, they are always comparable with each other. Are you able to understand ma? Similarly, same equation of A can be written as minus omega square x also. So A is equals to minus omega square into x also. So again theta, just it is comparable to x in this condition. Okay ma? So these are the different equations of angular SHM, and these equations of angular SHM, they are always comparable with the equations of linear SHM. Are you able to understand? Okay. So similarly, we have one more equation for velocity also, no? Okay. So another equation for velocity. Another equation for velocity. Clear ma? So what is the one more equation for velocity we have? One equation which we have is this one. So omega dash is equals to theta naught into omega cos omega t plus pi. Clear ma? So which is comparable with linear SHM as V is equals to A omega cos omega t plus pi. Clear? So one more equation of velocity in linear SHM is V is equals to omega into square root of A square minus x square. Clear? Now definitely can I write an analogous equation of this equation of linear SHM in angular SHM also or not? So definitely I can write. So how I can write? I can write omega dash is equals to omega into square root of, instead of A I will write theta naught square, and instead of x I will write theta square. Clear ma? So this is one more equation for angular velocity of the particle at a particular angle of theta. Are you able to understand? So why we are writing two equations? This is the equation of angular velocity at a particular time of t. Clear? Similarly, this is an equation of angular velocity at a particular angle of theta. So that is why we have derived the equations in linear SHM also, no? So this is the velocity of the particle at a particular time of t, and this is the velocity of a particle at a particular displacement of x. Clear? Similarly, how can I write equation for maximum velocity V max? Maximum velocity, how I can write? So a particle performing angular SHM, it will have maximum amplitude at the mean position. So this is understandable. Similarly, particle which is performing linear SHM also, it will have maximum velocity at the mean position only. So therefore, at the mean position, what is x value? 0. Similarly, at the mean position, what is the theta value? It is also 0. So therefore, maximum velocity omega dash is equals to omega into square root of theta naught square plus theta square, where theta value is 0. Clear ma? So therefore, what is the relation I got? I got omega dash is equals to omega into theta naught. Clear ma? So this is just comparable with maximum velocity in the case of linear SHM is equals to A into omega. Clear? Where is A is called maximum angular amplitude, which is comparable with theta naught, and omega is the angular frequency. Are you able to understand? So at every position we are trying to compare the equations of linear SHM and angular SHM, just to prove that all these equations are exactly analogous to each other. Are you able to understand ma? Come on, make a note up to here. So then similarly we can write equations for maximum acceleration also, no? Clear? So equations of angular acceleration is how much? Alpha is equals to minus omega square into theta. So definitely I can write here alpha is directly proportional to theta, no? So therefore is theta is maximum, alpha also will be maximum. So maximum angular acceleration, how I can write? I can write minus omega square into theta naught. This is how I can write the relation. Clear? So this is just analogous to the equations in linear SHM. So A max is equals to minus omega square into A. So in angular SHM it is theta naught, in linear SHM it is A. Clear? So here also the equations are analogous to each other. Clear ma? Okay. Now we will study about time period, how to derive equation for time period of this angular SHM. Clear ma? In linear SHM, restoring force is how much? Restoring force is minus k into x. This already we have studied. So when spring is elongated by a distance of x, then what is the amount of restoring force that will be developed in the spring? Restoring force is equals to minus k into x. Clear? Similarly, same equation how I can write in angular SHM. In angular SHM, instead of restoring force, I will study about restoring torque, because this is angular motion, no? So force is analogous to torque in angular motion. So therefore what I will write? I will write, instead of restoring force, I will write restoring torque is equals to minus k into, instead of x I can write theta, because x is linear displacement, theta is angular displacement. So this is first equation. And this torque produced can also be written as I into alpha also, no? So let it be equation number 1 and let it be equation number 2. So definitely I can say equation number 1 is equals to equation number 2. So therefore I into alpha can be written as minus k into theta. This is one relation. Clear ma? So therefore alpha is how much? Alpha value is equals to minus k by I into theta. This relation is comparable with A is equals to minus omega square into x. Clear? So therefore if I compare both of these relations, this is the basic equation of SHM. A is equals to minus omega square x, or I can write d square x by dt square is equals to minus omega square x, or I can write d square x by dt square plus omega square x is equals to 0. This is the basic equation of SHM, no? So whatever equation, if it is present of this form, definitely it should be a simple harmonic motion. So therefore A is equals to minus omega square x. Comparing with these two relations, definitely I can write omega is equals to square root of k divided by I, or I can write k is equals to I into omega square. Now what is the equation for time period? Time period is equals to 2 pi divided by omega. So therefore time period is equals to 2 pi root I divided by k. Clear ma? So these are the equations for time period of angular SHM, where I is moment of inertia of the particle. Clear ma? So for an angular SHM, time period is dependent on this relation. T is equals to 2 pi root I by k. Okay? So definitely I can say that time period, it is depending upon the moment of inertia of the particle. So actually in linear SHM, T is equals to 2 pi root m by k. So there time period depends upon mass of the particle. But mass is comparable to moment of inertia in angular SHM. So definitely I got the same relation. So T is equals to 2 pi root I divided by k. Clear ma? Come on, make a note up to here. Then we will study equations for energy also. Okay? So let us see how we can write equations for energy. Okay? So energy of particle in angular SHM. Okay ma? So let us see. So energy of particle in angular SHM. Clear? Okay. So how can I write equation for potential energy initially? In linear SHM I can write half k x square, no ma? For example, if a spring is displaced by a distance of x, then potential energy, the work which we have done, that will be stored as potential energy inside the spring. And how much potential energy will be stored? Half k x square, where x is the displacement, linear displacement of the particle. And how can I write an analogous equation of this linear SHM in terms of angular SHM? I can write like this. So potential energy is equals to half k into theta square. I can write like this. Clear ma? Now what is k? K just now we have calculated, no? I into omega square. So therefore instead of k I can write half I omega square into theta square. Let it be our equation number 1. Similarly, how I can write equation for kinetic energy? Half mv square. This is the equation of kinetic energy in linear SHM. In angular SHM, how can I write an analogous relation? I can write like this. I can write half I into omega dash square. And what is omega dash? Omega dash is angular velocity of the particle at a particular theta or at a particular time of t. Clear, ma? So therefore, omega dash, already we have written a relation previously. What is omega dash? It is equals to omega into square root of theta naught square minus theta square. This was the equation which we have written, no, ma? So just substitute in this relation. So therefore, kinetic energy is equals to half into I into, so omega square into theta naught square minus theta square. This is the relation which we get. Now, if I let it be our equation number 2. Now I want equation for total energy. What is total energy? Sum of potential energy plus kinetic energy. Sum of mechanical energy is called as total energy of the particle. So potential energy is how much? Half I omega square into theta square, and kinetic energy is how much? Half I omega square into theta naught square minus theta square. Clear, ma? So if I add both of them, I will get half I omega square into theta naught square. So this is the total energy of the particle performing angular SHM. Clear? Now let us try to compare this total energy equation with the equation of total energy in linear SHM. In linear SHM, what is the equation for total energy? I can write half m omega square into a square. This is the relation, no, ma? Now compare both of them and see if they are analogous or not. See here. So I is analogous to omega. Clear? Omega remains omega only, and theta. I is analogous to mass. Omega remains to be omega, and angular amplitude is analogous to the linear amplitude. So here also total energy of the particle is also an analogous term. Are you able to understand, ma? Similarly, in the case of angular SHM, how can I write the same relation? This relation, basic equation of SHM, how I can write? I can write d square theta divided by dt square plus omega square into theta should be equal to 0. Clear? So these are the different equations which we have in the angular SHM of a particle. And all these equations of angular SHM, they are always comparable with the equations of linear SHM. Clear, ma? Come on. Make a note up to here.